So my ideas are, here is the baseboard that I'm going to use. I've already marked it. The bigger portion should fit inside the carrying case. I'll measure before I cut it. But that is what I'm thinking. This is 3mm MDF that I got off of like Maker's website. So I'm going to cut this today and try to do that. What I've also picked up, and you probably can't see it very well, maybe on the edges here, I got some stuff at Michael's that's sort of slightly triangular shape, and I'm thinking of using that as the edges, where the flat part would be on the outside and then a slope going into the inside. So if I edge this board, that would be the thing. And then the final thing would be using one of these magnetic sheets to go on it before I maybe use some of the Vallejo earth textures or something on it to kind of do that cover. But that way, with my magnetic bases on the miniatures and also this, the little bit of test I did, they'll pull through it. So at the convention, it'll be actually easier to carry this around, put the display board, put the miniatures on it, and carry it from game to game. It is a 2-day, 5-game tournament, so that's my plan. I'm in my basement, if you haven't tell by the overhead pipes and stuff, but this is what we're going to do. So I will try to edit a few of these things and cut it out, but I'm about to do some table sawing. Alright, so here is the aforementioned Games Workshop carrying case that should fit into my luggage. Obviously, I have space for the figures. So if I can make this board to be roughly this size, as you can tell, it's going to be a little short on that end, but that means it would fit, this way. It'll be a little short. But if I can't do it as it is, because it's that long, so I'm going to cut that off. And then that'll fit in there like that. I might have to use other foam to kind of fill the gap, but we'll see. Not like I don't have plenty of that with all the other junk around. And see, I had originally the idea, I thought about doing this, but this is, I don't know if you can see the color, this is kind of deserty, and that doesn't really kind of fit Northern European Franks during the Dark Ages, so I'm not going to use that. But that got me the idea of doing this. So, next step is cutting this. Alright, so that was a lot easier than I anticipated. I have a little Wen cutting saw thing, but as you can see, this is going to work. So now the next step is measuring out these things. I guess I have to open the bag. There we go. Let's see here. Now this is like balsa wood. This is a lot thinner, a lot lighter. But maybe you can see the edges in there now that I was talking about. Kind of, yeah. But my thought is, I can do these on the edges. Now that means I might have to actually do a cool carpenter's 90-degree diagonal cut so they meet on the edges fine. But I think, and then I'll just wood glue those on, let them dry with the magnet sheet on it overnight. And then I can work on the texture on it tomorrow, and then I'm just going to use probably some inexpensive craft paints or something to paint it. I don't know if I'll do much on the way of flock or anything like that on it. I might, maybe throw a little gravel in there or something. I have not determined that yet. I'll figure that out. But I think I just have to figure out how to do the 90-degree angles on this. And then that'll probably glue. I'm not even going to show you how I'm doing that, but I'll show it when I'm finished. Okay, so you can see, hopefully you can see what I've done here. And I have just some old painter's tape and wood glue while I let those dry. I'm probably going to have to do something about these caps. And I have putty I can put in there and some such. But really what I'm trying to think about now is, do I want to stain this after it dries, like some wood stain? Not the MDF, because I'm going to cover that. Like I said, it's going to have this magnetic sheet on the inside, right? Once I pull that back, that sticks down, and you're basically going to see this, which then I can tape or probably put a thin layer of possibly Vallejo diorama texture stuff. I could just paint it, but I feel like I could paint it, put sand in the paint, I suppose, or something. I want to give it something. I just don't want it to be flat and colored. So I have to think about that while this works. But like I said, I'll probably have to do a little like wood filler-y kind of stuff in these edges, and then I can see that gives me a little more of a grip on the edges when I go to pick the thing up. A little more of something to grip onto. Plus, it's nothing to just keep the miniatures in, hopefully. Sort of like a picture frame. I guess that's the word. I guess I built a picture frame instead of actually just taking an old picture frame and doing this. But since this stuff is made of balsa wood and that's MDF, it's going to be much lighter. And probably more secure because of the wood glue and so on, much smaller. And it will fit in the case. As you can see, the measurements on this, you can see that? So the side of this thing is actually, the whole thing is less than an inch, you know. So I'm hoping that this continues to work. I will keep it down the road here, put videotape, but I'll check in the morning and we'll see how it's working. And by then I'll have decided if I'm going to use filler, what I'm going to use to put in there and let it dry again probably, maybe do a little stain, or could just do paint if I really want to make it pop. I suppose I could I use these bottles of craft paint. You can get it like any of the Michael stores or something. And my terrain pieces like this, like a display board, not terrain per se, but on the display boards. Just find a color that I like. I have some greens, although that might be too much. But just see, I don't want to go over the top, but I do want to make it sort of noticeable. So we have to play with it, figure out what I'm going to do. But yeah, we'll be back at this. Alright, so it's been about 24 hours, and as you can see, this is dried kind of nicely. Pretty solid still. So like I said, I think my next step is I'm going to put a little putty type stuff in here, these corners, and kind of fill up the gap a little bit. I don't know if I like this way this cheap balsa wood is actually kind of splintering, so I might actually cover the whole thing in putty. We'll see. I'll get started and let you know. Okay, so here's what we have after a day of drying and doing a few things. I used milliput in these corners. When I was talking about the corners from previous, I used the milliput and I actually put it all around the bottom here too to kind of level everything out. And then I put the sheet magnet in here. That's what that is. And then you'll see this weird stain here. What this is, and I give a shout out here to Jeremy from Black Magic Craft. During the COVID years, and I started watching him, when he was doing foams, he does a lot of stuff in foam, but we were doing foam, he mentioned using Mod Podge with some black ink or paint in it. And I happen to have some of that still, and there we go. So I used that thinking, hopefully that it would seal, keep that stuff from shredding like it was, and get, just to kind of seal a little bit, make it easier when I come around to painting it. So that's where I'm at. I realize I have made a magnetized picture frame at this point, but so be it. That's what it is. So now it's going to be putting the probably, like I said, I'm probably using Vallejo. At least I'm going to do a little bit of Vallejo and see how it works, of the texture earth stuff that they have. And I'm still trying to decide if I want a vibrant color around the edges or something, softer, warm tone. Warm versus cool, just to see if I want to make it pop or blend. But I have to figure that out. And there we go. So let's go and see what we can do with that. Alrighty, so I finished this off, or I should say as well as could be. It's fine. as I showed you before, the magnet part didn't kind of work out. But this is kind of going to be the completed thing. It's got to go in the carrying case. And I have these miniatures, the Frankish army, that needs to go in there. Or majority of it. There's a few in here extras that I don't need to take with. So now you're going to get to watch me try to package all this up. And that'll be this video. So there we go. Like I said, this is going to be for a plane ride. I have an hour and a half direct flight, thank goodness. There's that. But not sure which of these. See, one of these I think I gotta lose because I want to put this on the bottom. You know, I think that's gonna go down there. But can I squish? Do I put another one in there and squish it? Do I have to put foam around the edges here so it doesn't move? This is hard. This is very, very hard. I'm not sure what foam I may or may not have around. And I have these, but I don't know if that's going to be enough on top of. So, what if this stayed here and I jammed this on top? Right? Then we go with this. And I start putting some miniatures in there. We're going to see. Put these over here for now because they're a little larger. And I've got a few others that fit the category of larger than. Yeah, this all is new to me. No idea. Like going through TSA, are they actually going to ask me to open this so they can see? Which is fine. It's, you know, I don't want to say embarrassment, but it's kind of like toy soldiers. But as far as anything else, I don't know. So I just put in, for those who play Saga, I put in 12 Levy archers. And I'm putting in warriors now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8. My warband is going to consist of 4 points of warriors, a point of levy, and I'm taking the mercenary option and taking a bishop. Not sure how well you're going to get to see the bishop. There we go, which is sort of based on my buddy Scott from Minneapolis, who can't make it to the tourney this weekend, so he's kind of going in spirit, if nothing else. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's nice. That's 3 points. I need 8 more of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I want to be able to do the half point switch if necessary. So I still got to put these figures, those, still in the case along with those. So my question to myself here is, how am I going to do this? Because first of all, I got too much. I guess it squishes pretty tightly. So maybe this will work. These are going to be the hard ones. Oof. Don't worry about that breaking though, big time. Those are probably low enough as is, but these guys, man, it's going to be tough, man. Alright, I think what we got to do here is what if I do this, right? And these big guys kind of go down here. Not sure that's going to be the best way to do that. I'm not thrilled with this, but and then yeah. Two. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6. What do we got here? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. See? So we forgot some other stuff here. Which, of course, I completely laid out on the other side and just totally forgot I'm putting them in here. Yeah. That's 32. I gotta recount these. Because 4.5 points would be 36. So I need to make sure I take 36 warriors. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So one more. Because he is sitting right here, I couldn't see him, but I did have him. We'll slip him in there. Alright, so then if this goes on top of there, will that fit there? Put this on top. And then these squish. Oh. And I'm not hearing any shuffling, rattling around. Nice. Part of the tourney entry is some gifts or something I've used as prize support. So I actually printed out 40 of the Frankish warriors that I'm using. I also printed out 40 with shields more, so somebody could have a 5-point Frankish army as a prize support. This will probably just go in my suitcase because it's not going to fit in there. But other than that, I kind of think I'm done here. It's Wednesday, flight's Friday, so we'll play it by ear, but I think that's where I'm at. I think I am looking pretty good. I'm hoping. Alrighty, so here are the Franks, all set and done. I've got a 6 Earth Guard, which is a 1.5. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of warriors, and a point of levy there, levy bow. There's the brute, my warlord, and I'm definitely probably taking the bishop. In the backpack here, I got the 3 objective markers that we have to have. So I just got to narrow this down to the points I'm going to be taking. But I have enough ranks to field quite a bit of points here. So I feel pretty good about this. Looking forward to this. But that's what we have. All right.